Welcome to this explainer. Okay, I want you to imagine, just for a second, living more than 1100 years ago. Picture a world completely devoid of airplanes. I mean, jet engines? Totally unimaginable. And the modern science of aviation? Yeah, that simply does not exist yet. It's a time when the sky basically belongs exclusively to the birds. But what happens when human curiosity refuses to stay on the ground? Today, we're exploring the absolutely incredible story of a medieval inventor who literally dared to challenge gravity itself. It all starts with this ancient, completely universal question: can a human being fly? For thousands of years, humans had watched birds soar through the sky, right? And ancient civilizations spun these wonderful, elaborate myths about people attempting to take flight. But one man looked up toward the sky and decided, you know what? This doesn't have to be just a myth. His name was Abbas Ibn Firnas, and he had the sheer audacity to believe that he could actually build a device to help a person become airborne. Part 1. The Polymath of Córdoba. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just how broad this guy's interests were. Down in 9th century Al-Andalus, which is in modern-day Spain, by the way, Ibn Firnas wasn't just some daredevil looking for a quick thrill. He was a true polymath. We're talking astronomy, mathematics, medicine, engineering, chemistry, philosophy, and even music. It's pretty safe to say his schedule was absolutely packed. His curiosity just had no boundaries whatsoever. He studied and worked across all of these distinct fields of medieval science, which really proves that his eventual attempt at flight came from a mind dedicated to rigorous, boundless study.
And his genius? Well, it lay squarely in practical experimentation. He wasn't satisfied with just sitting in a library reading books about nature. No way. He wanted to physically experiment with it. Historical accounts actually show he constructed mechanical devices for observing the heavens. He even built a whole structure specifically designed to represent and demonstrate celestial phenomena. He was a hands-on engineer, constantly testing materials and mechanics. And honestly, it proves that back then, just as today, the best way to figure out how the world works is to get your hands dirty and actually build something.
Part 2. The famous leap. So his boundless curiosity finally shifts from studying the stars to actually trying to reach them. Let's walk through exactly how this played out in Córdoba, step by step. First, he puts on his custom-built wing-like apparatus. Second, he climbs up to a highly elevated position while a massive crowd is undoubtedly watching, right? Third, the moment of truth. He launches himself into the air. Fourth, incredibly, the device actually allows him to glide for a short distance. He is literally airborne. But, well, gravity is a pretty harsh reality. Step 5 is a highly unsuccessful crash landing, leaving him with a severe back injury. Ouch. Part 3, the science of the fall. Okay, let's dive into this, because pivoting from a literal crash landing to a fascinating aerodynamic breakdown of exactly what went wrong is just super interesting. You see, a crash landing is an incredible opportunity for learning. Just contrast his launch with his landing. Ibn Firnas had this revolutionary realization. He understood that a flying machine must fundamentally interact with the air to leave the ground. And hey, his wings did exactly that. But on the flip side, he had a critical oversight. Think about it. A bird doesn't just fall out of the sky when it lands. It changes the position and movement of its wings and tail to expertly, smoothly control its descent. Ibn Firnas was so intensely focused on using the wings to get up that he entirely missed designing the mechanism to safely come down. I mean, think about how insanely difficult this problem actually is. Modern airplanes rely on lift, drag, stability, control, and propulsion. Ibn Firnas was trying to conquer this guy with zero modern tools. Zero. There were no wind tunnels, no engines, no high-tech aviation instruments, and obviously no modern understanding of aerodynamics. It was just pure observation and, quite frankly, incredible courage. So the crucial point is, Ibn Firnas didn't invent the modern airplane. What he accomplished was a monumental early attempt at human gliding. Even with a disastrous landing, applying the scientific method to human flight all the way back in the 9th century, that was a massive leap forward. It was an unpowered investigation that basically shifted flight from the realm of mythology directly into the realm of science. Part 4. A legacy of curiosity. Now, this wasn't just some wild stunt that history completely forgot. Just look at this number, 1,000. It is staggering to think about, but more than 1,000 years passed between Ibn Firnas's daring jump in Córdoba and the Wright brothers' eventual success with controlled, powered flight in 1903. Over a millennium. The journey from watching birds in the sky to actually building aircraft with engines, propellers, and complex control systems was incredibly long.
but it was paved by these early pioneers who dared to take those very first terrifying steps.
And today, Abbas Ibn Firnas is honored globally for that boundary-pushing curiosity. Get this, there is literally a crater on the moon named Ibn Firnas in his honor, right alongside monuments and institutions throughout Spain and the Muslim world. He's become this lasting, powerful symbol of human curiosity and our relentless desire to overcome seemingly impossible limitations. I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. Progress begins when someone is willing to test an idea. The absolute most important lesson from Abbas Ibn Firnas isn't about getting perfect aerodynamics. It's about having the courage to build, to take a huge risk, and to learn from failure. Every incredible journey begins with a single idea. So, what impossible idea are you willing to test today? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and remember, keep looking up.